Here's all you need to know in weekly Newsbits. Haze affects Davao City. Davao Region Jail's congestion rate reaches 358%. Davao Hog Industry pushes temporary ban on all Luzon swine products.
Comelec-Davao deactivates 87,000 Dabawenyos. Davao Traffic Group records 179 vehicular accidents in 1 week.
Time to know the top stories of the week. I am Haze Perez.
And I am Jenny Arado. Welcome to Sansar Davao's
Weekly Newsbits. Davao skies are now covered with haze. However, Department of Environment and Natural Resources assures public that air quality in the city is still safe. Christina Olivia reports.
The air quality of Davao City is still safe despite the presence of haze covering parts of the city during daytime. This comes after a forest fire hits Indonesia, wherein fires intended to clear agricultural land for plantations created thick clouds of smoke. The haze brought about by the fires has reached neighboring countries, Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. In the country, the haze reached some parts in Visayas and Mindanao due to low-pressure area and the habagat or southwest monsoon. Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Environmental Management Bureau, Ambient Air Quality Monitoring Unit Head Melvin Dapitanon said the city had an overall good air quality.
So karon ang kalina nasa sa fair level condition no sa hangin, and so the airport is at a good air quality level.
He said the haze had reached the city last September 14. However, the pollutants had reached its lowest level on Tuesday, September 17. Meanwhile, the Department of Health reminded the public to take precautionary measures as the air pollution brought by the haze could pose respiratory tract infections and cardiac ailments. DOH advised the public to refrain from physical activities in heavily polluted areas and exercise extreme caution on the road to prevent accidents. DOH also reminded patients suffering from difficulty in breathing, coughing, chest pain, increased tearing of the eyes and nose, throat irritation to consult a doctor for medical intervention. Christina Olivia, Weekly Newsbeats.
The Bureau of Jail Management and Penology in Davao recorded a 358% congestion rate in the 11 operational jail facilities in Davao Region. The current jail population in Davao Region is at 4,892 inmates, exceeding the 1,069 ideal jail capacity in the region. Julia Trevita has the details.
BJMP Davao spokesperson and Community Relations Service Officer, Chief Jail Inspector Edo Lubinya said the current jail population in the region is at 4,892 inmates, which exceeded the ideal capacity of only 1,069. Lubinya said they are stepping up measures to address concerns in their jail facilities through the constructions of new buildings and structures such as the new Davao City Jail located in Barangay Waan, Calinan, Davao City, Monte Vista Jail, Panama City Jail, Tagum City Jail, Igacos City Jail, Lupon City Jail, and Tagum City Jail Female.
So makikita natin na ito yung ginagawa ng BJMP to address the congestion problem, to aid and alleviate the quality of living of our persons deprived of liberty.
Digo City Jail registered the highest number of congestion rate in the region with 531%. The cell, which is ideal for only 112 inmates, now has a population of 706. The 276 square meter Panabo City District Jail has 492% congestion rate. Tagum City Jail Female Dorm recorded 405 congestion rate. Davao City Jail has 394% congestion rate, while the Davao City Jail Female Dorm recorded a 330% congestion rate. Meanwhile, the Island Garden City of Samal Jail has a 328% congestion rate. Tagum City Jail has 314% congestion rate. Monte Vista Jail recorded a 313% congestion rate. The Davao City Jail Annex registered a 247 congestion rate. Tigo City Jail female dorm has 55% congestion rate, while Lupon City Jail has 32% congestion rate. Juliet Revita, Weekly Newsbits.
Davao City Council on Tuesday passed a resolution urging City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio to temporarily ban all swine products from Luzon. Ralph Yemit has the details.
The 19th Davao City Council on Tuesday approved a resolution urging the temporary ban of all swine products from Luzon as a contingency measure to prevent the entry of the African Swine Fever Virus or ASF in the city. Hog Farmers Association of Davao Incorporated President Eduardo Saw said that while Mindanao is still safe from ASF, cooperation between the government and the hog raisers must be strengthened as it will have a huge economic impact in the industry and the consumers. He emphasized that around 80 billion will be lost in the hog industry if the ASF virus will enter the Mindanao.
Dapat makasurvive to. Okay, kung dili mawala ang industriya na to dire. We're talking about an industry that is around 80 billion so for the entire Mindanao. No? For Davao region is around 20 billion. So, dako kay na siya nga kung mapahak.
So, however, said it will not affect the hog industry in case a temporary ban will be implemented since the island is self-sufficient in terms of pork production. He also said the temporary ban will not cause a price surge in pork products. Meanwhile, MINDA Chairman and Secretary Emmanuel Piñol is recommending a separate quarantine zone for Mindanao to mitigate the entry of the ASF virus in the island. Ralph Liamit, Weekly Newsbits.
The Commission on Elections Davao said around 87,000 voters from the 1st District of Davao City were deactivated for failure to vote in the past two elections. For the details, here's Cristina Alivio.
The Commission on Elections Davao said around 87,000 voters in the city's 1st district were deactivated for failure to vote in the past two elections. Comelec-Davao spokesperson lawyer Krishna Samantha Caballero said some of the voters' registration status have been deactivated by their office for failing to vote during the barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections and 2019 midterm polls. She said they are reminding those who have been deactivated to go to their office and file application for reactivation to be able to exercise the right to vote in the upcoming elections.
We have to cleanse and we have to update our system from time to time. So, muna atong nakita dito na wala sila kabutar og two succeeding elections, automatic na mo-generate ang atuang computer, then we have to deactivate them.
Caballero encouraged people to get their reactivation form and fill it out as soon as possible. The application for reactivation will end on September 30, which is also the deadline for voters' registration. Cristina Alivio, Weekly Newsbits.
In just a week, Davao City Police Office Traffic Group recorded a total of 179 vehicular collisions across the city from September 9 to 15. Rona Villaresa has a story.
Police Lieutenant Colonel Nolan Rakid of DCPO-TG said that these accidents resulted to 11 fatalities and 78 injured. In an earlier report, 4 persons were confirmed dead while 15 others are recuperating in a hospital after a fatal crash September 10 afternoon along MacArthur Highway Central 1 in Barangay Binugao, Turil, Davao City. The accident involved a Hino truck aluminum wing van and Mindanao Star bus. On September 11, 4 other individuals were killed while on board a truck loaded with construction materials after it figured in an accident along Diversion Road. Authorities have been reminding the public, especially motorists, to be extra careful to prevent possible road mishaps. They were also reminded to obey traffic rules. Meanwhile, Davao City Councilor Conrado Baluran, who heads the Committee on Transportation and Communication, said that he will pass an ordinance criminalizing drivers without valid license. Rona Villaresa, Weekly Newsbits.
And those are some of the top stories of the week. We will be right back after this short break. Stay tuned.
and you're still watching Weekly Newsbits. In business news, Department of Agriculture 11 said areas affected by Fusarium wilt, also known as Panama disease, may double by this year. Rule John Lumawag has the story.
Flood brought by heavy rains in recent months is seen to be a main factor to the expected doubling of areas affected by the Panama disease. Department of 11 Science Research Specialist of the Regional Crop Protection Center, Virgilio Gutierrez, said many of the banana plantations near the river are susceptible to getting the disease. When it rains and the river overflows, this may cause flooding, which could also serve as a carrier to the soil-borne disease. Filipino Banana Growers and Exporters Association Executive Director Stephen Antig expressed concern over the recent rains happening in the region.
Sometimes you are really at a loss. You ask for rain, and when it rains, you get flood. The thing is, once there is flood, it will carry itong punggos. So, igo na po ka.
According to DA11's latest survey, there are a total of 15,507 hectares of banana plantations in Davao region that have been affected by the disease as of 2015. Davao del Norte was the hardest hit with 13,743 hectares, followed by Compostela Valley with 1,082 hectares, Davao del Sur with 436 hectares, Davao City with 209 hectares, and Davao Oriental with 36 hectares. Gutierrez said they are currently conducting profiling of areas affected by the Panama disease to see how it has grown since 2015. Currently, there is no cure to the Panama disease. However, it is manageable through good agricultural practices, proper information, and the use of biological agents. Ruel John Lumawag, Weekly Newsbits.
In sports, two Davao City athletes made it to their respective national teams to represent Team Philippines in the 30th Southeast Asian Games that the country will host this year. Marian Saberon Abalayan has the details.
Former Davao City's bimedal tanker and triathlete Marie Pauline Fornea and 2015 Southeast Asian Games women's wakeboard double bronze medalist Michael John Mikey Selga will don the country's colors in the 30th edition of the biennial games. The 25-year-old Fornea, who is currently based in the USA as a foreign schooling cadet of the Philippine Military Academy to the United States Naval Academy, taking up double engineering majors, said she took a leave from military duties and her studies to join the SEA Games qualifying, placing third in the women's elite event of the Pilipinas Duathlon final leg last July 21 in the country. Duathlon, which is entered in the 30th SEA Games roster of events under Category 2, will be held at the Subic Bay Boardwalk Building 229 area along with triathlon and open water swimming. It will be Fornea's first SEA Games stint. Meanwhile, 19-year-old Malayan College's Mindanao Multimedia Arts freshman Selga confirmed she made it to the national wakeboard and water ski team for the upcoming 30th SEA Games. Selga started training at Deca Wakeboard Park Davao at Deca Homes Resort Residences in Barangay Tacunan, Tugbok District. She hopes to get permission from MCM to train at the Deca Clark Wakeboard Park 1 month before the 30th SEA Games 2019, slated November 30 to December 11. Marian Saberon Abalayan, Weekly Newsbits.
For our entertainment news, after more than 2 decades, forever young Ash Ketchum has finally become a Pokemon master. Roll John Lumawag returns.
Pokemon fans were cheering around the globe after Ash Ketchum clinched the championship of Alola Region's Manalo Conference. Ash has finally become a Pokemon master in the 139th episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon series entitled Birth the Alolan Champion. The episode was aired on Sunday, September 15 in Japan. Leaning on the strengths of his Pokemon Pikachu, Melmetal, and Lycanroc Dusk form, Ash defeated rival Gladion in the championship round of the Alolan Pokemon League. Gladion battled Ash with his Lycanroc Midnight form, Silvally, and Zoroark. Ash's win in the most recent Pokemon League went viral all over the internet with memes of his win and the Pokemon fandom congratulating him. Ash winning the Manalo Conference signals the end of his Alolan journey. It also signals the start of a new series as we welcome a new generation of Pokemon and another set of adventure in the Galar region. Ruel John Lumawag, Weekly Newsbits.
Let's take another look at this week's top stories. Haze affects Davao City. Davao Region Jail's congestion rate reaches 358%. Davao Hog Industry pushes temporary ban on all Luzon swine products.
Comelec-Davao deactivates 87,000 Dabawenyos. Davao Traffic Group records 179 vehicular accidents in 1 week. To check more stories, visit our website www.sunstar.com.ph/Davao. Subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
You can also grab a copy of Sunstar Davao at Davao Central convenience stores and nearest news outlets. That's all you need to know for this week. Have a great weekend.